Hey everyone! Now that Battlegrounds are out and we've received our very first patch of WoW Classic, let's cover some item updates that have occurred to update our knowledge of what's currently available in-game. Let's start with the Battleground Gear. Blizzard confirmed which items from Warsong Gulch are currently available, while stating that the rest will be released once BWL comes out, which is in Phase 3. So if you're grinding Reputation with Warsong Gulch and you check out your Quartermaster, you may notice that a few items are missing. In fact, the original list of consumables and tabard are currently the only items available for purchase. Here's the original post from Blizzard. With the patch in Battlegrounds coming early tomorrow, we wanted to take a moment to look at the Warsong Gulch vendors. They worked in original WoW and now work in WoW Classic like this. Warsong Gulch vendor lists only appear when you have the required reputation. You should see the text, "What items have I earned the right to purchase?" And while you're neutral with the Warsong Gulch faction, you should find that you don't have the right to purchase anything. I also noticed that this was the same with Alterac Valley as well. If you were friendly, for example, you couldn't view the exalted rewards just yet. Warsong Gulch vendors will only sell items from their original list of consumables and one tabard for now. Additional items that were added to original WoW in patch 1.6 will become available when Blackwing Lair opens in 2020. As a result, the epic item rewards that were originally added in patch 1.6 will come later with the release of Blackwing Lair, as they stated, in 2020. And just to refresh your memory, the epic items from Warsong Gulch at Exalted include bracers and leggings. Now let's move on to AV loot. I previously mentioned this in my last video, Alterac Valley Quest Guide for WoW Classic, but in short, all Alterac Valley Reputation gear is currently available in-game except for Don Rodrigo's band, one of the Exalted Ring rewards for mages and warlocks. Let's take a closer look at the ring itself. Don Rodrigo's band has +7 stamina, improves your chance to get a critical strike with spells by 1%, and also decreases the magical resistances of your targets by 20. So why is this ring left out? It is believed that the reason is the spell penetration stat, which is not currently something you see often in WoW Classic. Originally in Vanilla, spell penetration was added to the game in patch 1.9 when ahn'qiraj was released. And Don Rodrigo's band just happens to be releasing in Phase 5 of WoW Classic, when ahn'qiraj is set to release. Spell penetration is a big PvP stat, lowering the resistances of your target to your spells. So this seems to be the reason why Don Rodrigo's band was omitted from the game. As I stated earlier in this video, the Warsong Gulch gear is not currently available in-game either. One of them being the Rune of Perfection, which is a spell penetration trinket. This, however, will be available in Phase 3 with BWL, earlier than the Don Rodrigo band, which is expected to release in Phase 5. Another example of gear with spell penetration is the Arcanist Regalia, Tier 1 for mages. The 5-piece set bonus decreases the magical resistances of your spell targets by 10. So there are examples of spell pen being in the game currently. We're just to assume Blizzard is somewhat trying to emulate the release of certain gear with specific vanilla WoW patches. There was also a blue post focused on the Rune Blade of Baron Rivendar. This blade has a very low chance to drop from Baron Rivendar himself inside Undead Stratholme. It's a bit under a 1% drop rate. It's a two-handed epic sword, and the bonus increases your movement speed and life regeneration rate. Apparently there have been some bugs associated with the scaling of this weapon. Let's take a closer look. Hi all, I wanted to take a second and clear up any misconceptions about the nature of this bug fix. The Rune Blade of Baron Rivendar neither scaled with plus healing, nor snapshotted any plus healing effects in original WoW or the 1.12 reference client. This behavior was a bug that was introduced in WoW Classic. As such, the fix that went into 1.13.3 that removed the plus healing benefit and snapshotting restored this item to its original 1.12 state. As this bug is now resolved, we will be closing this thread now. As always, thank you for your reports and analysis. So in short, the plus healing benefit of the Rune Blade has been hotfixed, just in case anybody was wondering. I actually don't even think I know anybody with this weapon so far. Have you guys seen anybody with it? Do you have it? I mean, it looks pretty awesome, and the fact that it has such a really low drop rate is really cool if you actually do have it. And lastly, I have to mention, we finally have the Keyring. I'm pretty happy about that, although I didn't even have enough keys to fill mine yet. Let's cover quickly the features of the Keyring. If you are levels 1 to 39, your Keyring has 4 slots. If you are levels 40 to 49, your Keyring has 8 slots. If you are levels 50 to 60, your Keyring has 12 slots. And some of the permanent dungeon keys included that can fit inside your Keyring are the Key to Searing Gorge, the Workshop Key, the Scarlet Key, Shadowforge Key, Key to the City, skeleton key, prison cell key, crescent key, and more. Consumable keys do not fit in the keyring, such as blacksmithing keys, so keep that in mind. Apparently there's no toggle keyring option from the keybinds menu in-game, in case you were wondering. It's a known issue which Blizzard has acknowledged and stated that they will address soon. And lastly, real quick, another known issue that Blizzard has acknowledged is that the Frostwolf Battle Standard and Stormpike Battle Standards are currently using models that do not match original vanilla WoW. Not a huge deal, but I'm sure there are some people out there, somewhere, complaining about this. No changes, am I right? As with the keyring keybind, they said they hope to have fixes to these issues in place soon, but we cannot promise when or if any individual bug will be fixed, as they stated. And that about wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel to show some support. You could also let me know what you think in the comment section below. You could follow my live stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/QuissyTV, as well as on Twitter at QuissyTV over there. Pasta and I have started consistently recording our podcast Warcraft Brew on a weekly basis. You could also find that on this YouTube channel, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Link in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you soon.